heard about this before? Do you have any idea what features of connected speech are? Nope. Okay, so who would like to read? Maybe Jolie, would you mind?
Of course, I will.
Thank you.
Okay. Features of connected speech. When we speak, we don't do it especially. We don't do it separately, right?
Mm-hmm.
We commonly do it continuously. There
Yes.
is there is a significant difference between the pronunciation of words in isolation and the pronunciation of full sentences, in which speech is connected.
Yes.
In linguistic, this sequence
Mm-hmm.
is called connected speech. In connected speech, there are different processes by which sounds are like linked,
Yeah.
uh, interest, you got me there,
Yeah, that one is difficult. Don't worry, don't worry.
interest, dilated, or even
Yes.
changed.
Yes. So, well, this word, which is difficult to pronounce for everyone, so don't worry, would be entwined. Entwined. So it's kind of difficult, but you will get there. Don't worry. So, um, well, features of connected speech, as you mentioned, when we speak, we don't really speak pronouncing the words in isolation, right? We don't say when we speak. No, we don't pronounce the words as if they were separate. We pronounce them fluently, right? Or at least we try to do it in order for us to be understood. So this is where features of connected speech appears. So we have different features that help us to make our speech more understandable, or sometimes to sound more like a native speaker. So that is what features of connected speech usually do. So again, features of connected speech. In a spoken discourse, the boundaries between words are very often not clear cut. So that is to say, usually um, in a spoken discourse, the words are not really easy to, the boundaries between the words are not really easy to identify or to recognize. So this is why it is important to use to try to use features of connected speech, because well, words and sounds are lost and linked together in different ways. This is what features of connected speech is. These different ways that will help us to articulate, or to articulate, to speak with minimal movement. So this is one of the reasons why learners find spoken discourse more difficult to understand than written discourse. Has it happened to you that you find sometimes difficult to understand spoken when a person is speaking, more difficult than when you are reading something? Because that used to happen to me, at least. It was way more easy to me to read than to try to understand what someone was saying. And this is why at higher levels of English, or when students achieve a higher level of English, they usually encounter or find problems. And these problems are not typically regarding vocabulary. So it doesn't mean that they don't know the words. It's that they don't really have the ability to apply these features that will help them to make their speech more similar to a native speaker. So it usually happens that there are students that have a really good English, or they know a lot about vocabulary or words and everything, but they are, it's hard to understand them when they are speaking, and that is because they don't really use features of connected speech. So it doesn't really sound completely like maybe native. That is fine. So it doesn't really, you don't really have to use features of connected speech. It's not something that you are obliged to do, but it's best if you do. So if you do it, it would be great, because in that way your pronunciation will sound, as I already mentioned, more similar to a native speaker. So do you have any questions up till now? Could you say that you understand what features of connected speech are? Or shall I explain it again?
I would like to, if you, I don't know if you don't mind explaining it again, please.
Sure, don't worry. So features of connected speech are a set of of components, or of components that help you to use, articulate, or speak with a minimal movement, or it helps you. We will see examples, but you have uh, several different types of features of connected speech, and those types of features of connected speech will help you in different aspects for you to sometimes sound more native, or to be understood more easily, right? So let's go into this example so it's clearer for you. So within features of connected speech, imagine features of connected speech like the big term or the big name. Within it, we have different features. So for instance, we have elision, linking, glottaling, or we have several different categories, we could call them. So today we're going to talk about assimilation. And assimilation occurs when a phoneme or a sound in a word causes a change in a sound in the following word. For example, try saying the following pair of words. For instance, Jolly, would you mind reading the first one?
You say the word,
This
or
one.
okay.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that one.
In bath,
Yes. So if we read it separately, it would be in bath, right? But
yeah.
with assimilation, we change it and we say in bath. It's like we don't, like the letter N is not there, right? So in the first example, we can see that the at the N word, the N sound becomes an M. It would be in bath, in bath. Can you try reading it like that, Julie?
Can you repeat how
Okay.
you read it?
Yes, yes. But first, I'm gonna explain it again. So in this example, the letter N or the sound N, it's like it disappears and it becomes an M. So we would say imbath, imbath. Can you try?
Okay. In bath,
Yes,
in bath.
imbath. And if you want to sound even more like because Bath is a city in England, so if you want to pronounce like them, you could say in Bath, because they changed the th for like an f. But well, that's not really the focus of this example. But yes, so in the first example, we can see that the n sound becomes an m. Now, in the second example, can anyone else read it? Is Diana there? Yes, Diana, would you mind reading the second example? Okay,
Um,
maybe, oh yes, okay. Would you mind reading the second one?
last year that
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So last year.
So if we have if we have this here, and you have this phoneme, try changing it. Try to change the T for the, no, I'm not gonna tell you the sound, but try to change it. Can you do it?
To which sound?
To this one. Oh, wait, I'm gonna erase that so you can see. I don't want to tell you the sound because it would be like giving you the answer, but to this one. Can you try changing the T for that sound?
Last year? No, I don't like.
Yes. Yes. So in this case, the T would change and it would sound last year, last year, last year. Try to pronounce, even if you don't want to turn your microphone on, try to pronounce it on your own so you can know the difference, because it's clear. For instance, if we read it last year, we are pronouncing it like separately, but in a spoken, well, like when we are speaking fluently, we would say last year, and the phoneme would change, right? And the third example, any volunteers?
Me.
Yes, go on.
Hyde Park.
Yes. So if we read it, thank you. If we read it on the words on their own, it would be Hyde Park. But when you read it fast and using assimilation, it would be Hyde Park, Hyde Park, Hyde Park. Can you try it?
Hyde Park.
Yes. So these small things, well, this is called assimilation, but this feature will help you to sound more native alike, right? Because when usually when we are speaking and trying to pronounce words, we try to be careful to not pronounce it correctly. Yes, to pronounce it correctly, but we can use this in order for us to sound like we have, I don't know, lived in another country, English speaking country. Or so this is why features of connected speech are really useful, because they will help us not only to speak more fluently or more native alike, as I mentioned several times. It will help us to understand when speakers are talking, because that's, as we already mentioned, that's one of the main concern that students have when they have a higher level, is that they don't really understand. So is it clear? Do you think it's clear what assimilation is? Yes? No?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you. So let's do a really, really short recap. So within features of connected speech, we have several different categories, we could call them, or features. Those features can be, we will review them in the future, in the future classes, but for now we will focus on assimilation. So there are different features such as assimilation, or we can find linking, and those things will help you, will really, really help you. So if you study them and you apply them in your speech, you will instantly notice that you sound more fluent or more native alike. So let's see another example. Here we have this is a good example because we have the phonetic transcription, and then we have the common how you would commonly write it. So any volunteers to read this one? So you would have to read this. Jolie, would you like to read it?
I will give it a try. Yeah.
Sure.
Nice, nice to meet you.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Something like that.
Yes.
Nice.
Very well done. So in this case, it's like the one that we previously saw. Um, in this case, we will change it so it would sound nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. or in trying to sound more casual, like nice to meet you. So this phoneme would change. Yes, so this is a really good example because you can see the change in the phonetic transcription, and you can also see how it would sound when you are speaking. So do I have any volunteer to read this example again? Anyone that's not Jolie or Diana or Daniela or William that have been participating all the class. Maybe Camila Leon or Diane, would you like?
Yes.
Go on.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, perfect.
Nice
Very
to
well
meet
done. And just one more volunteer.
I can do it.
Camilo, yes.
Right. Nice to meet you.
Yes, very well done. So can you notice what happens with assimilation? So this type of feature of connected speech is really common, and we usually, when you don't know about assimilation, you don't really notice that this happens, right? It's sometimes difficult to notice. Elizabeth, you had your hand up.
Yeah, maybe in to sound more native, it's like nice to meet you.
Yes, perfect. Very, very well pronounced. So you did great with the pronunciations, everyone. So now we're gonna see a video with more examples, okay? And any questions before we watch this? No? Okay.
No,
Let's just no, thank you, Jolie. Let's just begin.
In some English words, the sounds change when they're next to another sound. For example, t sounds more like p. Listen and repeat. Best man. Great Britain. Football. Sweet pepper. D sounds more like b. Listen and repeat. Blood pressure. Good morning.
Oh,
Old man. Sound barrier. Sometimes n sounds more like m. Listen and repeat. Chicken breast. Garden party. Human being. Open book. Sunbathe. Sometimes the t sounds more like k. Listen and repeat. Credit card. Cut glass. That cake.
good. Was it clear? Do you think you need to listen to it again, or you think you're good?
Again, please.
Yes, perfect. Don't worry. Let's do it again. Try to pronounce the words.
In some English words, the sounds change when they're next to another sound. For example, t sounds more like p. Listen and repeat. Best man. Great Britain. Football. Sweet pepper. D sounds more like b. Listen and repeat. Blood pressure. Good morning. Old man. Sound barrier. Sometimes sounds more like Listen and repeat. Chicken breast. Garden party. Human being. Open book. Sunbathe. Sometimes the t sounds more like k. Listen and repeat. Credit card. Cut glass. That cake.
Good. So, do you think it was clear? Do you want to do a short review again? Do you think you understand what a simulation is? A lot of questions, right? What do you think?
It's clear for me. It's not
Yes?
hard.
It's not what? Sorry?
It's not too hard.
Yes, it's kind of simple, but it happens in a lot of words. So you when you listen to a native speaker or someone speaking English, it doesn't really have to be a native speaker, but when you listen to someone that applies features of connected speech in their speech, you can notice assimilation. It happens a lot, a lot, a lot. So I have this short activity. So can you give me 3 examples of assimilation and read them to the rest of the class? You will have 5 minutes for this. So starting now, please. Okay, are you ready? Do you think you need more time? What do you think?
It's okay, Miss, I think.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to give us your 3 examples?
Okay.
Go on.
Like T and K.
Mm-hmm.
For example, is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Well done. What else?
For for the for D and B,
Mm-hmm.
it could it could be better.
Okay.
Some could be better.
Yes.
And for the same one, I have you could you could publish.
Uh-huh. Yes.
You
Good.
could
Well
publish.
done. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do we have any other volunteers? Before I start picking or choosing the ones that have not spoken yet. Okay, let's see. Diane, would you like to give us your 3 examples?
Yes,
Thank you.
but I found some examples on internet.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes. Yeah. The first, can you bring coconut butter from the supermarket? The T change for P.
Okay, yes.
Coconut butter, yes.
Uh-huh, I can see it. Good. And what else?
He had back pain after he fell down, where D change for B. Back
Uh-huh.
pain,
Good.
yes. And the last one is, do you have this t-shirt in blue, where the N change for M in blue?
Right. Yes, like in the example in bath. Yes.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
well done. Thank you. Who else? Let me see. Lisbeth Diaz. Oh, you can also write the examples on the chat box, and we can read them if your microphone is not working. So that's an option. But I'm figuring out that. What are you figuring out? I am having problems with like. Oh, don't worry, William. Don't worry. Are you back? I don't know if he's back. Yes. William, are you there? No, maybe not. Well, let's see. Any volunteers? Camila León.
Miss, she has problem with her microphone.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see someone is raising a hand. Daniela.
Daniela.
Um, my first example is could be instead of D is replaced with B, could be.
Yes, exactly. Good.
That person instead of T we replace for P, that
Right.
person. And good evening instead of B we replace for T, good evening.
Yes, very well done, Daniela. Perfect. Very clear as well. Thank you. Okay, the last person. Camilo, Camilo Roa, would you mind telling us your examples?
Well, the first one is have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
DG, good. Um, what color do you like? What color?
Yeah.
And I have missing one. I couldn't do it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Good examples. Well done. Thank you. So Do we think it's clear? What do we think? Is it clear? Okay, let's continue. So we're gonna do for the end of the class, we're gonna do a short recap on the things that we reviewed. So again, the 3 T's. We have seen this a lot. Who can tell me what tonality is? And try not to use the words that are in the slides. Who can tell me? Oh, Fernando, you gave us an example. Very, very well as well. Very well done. I didn't see it before, but thank you. So who can tell me what tonality is? Daniela? Or Elizabeth? Elizabeth?
Maybe the tonality are the pauses that we do while we speak.
Great, yes, very well done. Now, for tonicity, who can tell me the components that are inside or within tonicity? Any volunteers? Yes.
Maybe the emphasis the speaker put in certain word.
Yes, good. That's a good definition. Could you tell me what parts you can find in tonicity when you are yeah, what are the components?
What do you mean the component? I don't get that.
You don't. Okay, so well, the components would be the prehead, the head.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't worry. That's fine. So yes, the components would be the prehead, the head, the tonic syllable, and the tail. So yes, and for the tone, who can tell me what a tone is without using the words that are on the slides?
The components, Miss?
Sorry, William?
Yes, the different tones.
Yes, the different, right, the different intonation that we use in the intonation phrases. So very well done. Now, tell me.
Okay, I think that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, rise, fall, and fall, rise.
Yes. So actually, well, we are focusing on those three, but you can find rise fall as well. So there are different types, but mostly we will focus on these three. And now moving into the recap of assimilation. So why do we use features of connected speech? Who can tell me? Why are they important? Any idea? So we mentioned, yes, Elizabeth, tell me.
To sound more natural or more native-alike?
Yes, great. That's one of the reasons. So there is another reason that we mentioned as well. Do you remember? Okay, so we use, as Elizabeth said, we use it to sound more native-alike or to make our speech more more fluent. And then we also use them because it's easier for us to understand when we are listening to other people while they are speaking English, right? So there are different reasons for using features of connected speech, but mostly for us, I think the importance of using it is for us to sound more native and for us to understand easier what we're listening to. Now, who can give me the last example of assimilation?
Iron Man.
Yes.
The
What changes? Yes.
the N to the E to the M.
Yes. Well done. Thank you. Another another idea, example?
I think Elizabeth Mejias, she'll do an example.
Really? Okay, Elizabeth.
Thanks you, Diana. Maybe wine box?
Yes, that's actually a good example.
Yeah.
White box, yes. So also we can see last year. Last year sounds like the example that we reviewed with nice to meet you last year. Okay, the last example, and we will finish the class because we're ready. Any last example?
Don't be silly.
Okay, yes. Don't be silly. And where would you notice the change?
In don't
Mm-hmm.
T is like
To
to an M. And
yes. Don't
to
be
an
silly. Yes, very well done. Thank you, Fernanda. So yes, this. Do you have any questions? Do you have any? Would you like to shortly review anything, or is it clear? What do you think? Is it
I
clear?
think that's clear, Miss.
Great, thank you, Daniela. Okay, so this would be the end of the class. If you have any questions, you already know that you can contact me or contact Professor Bruno. We're both more than happy to answer your questions.
Miss,
So tell me, Daniela, you are also raising your hand, but I don't know if that's from before or now. But I think it was Jolie speaking.
yes, it's me.
Tell me.
I sent you the email. I don't know if you received it so far.
No,
Some time ago.
the one for the PPTs.
Yes.
No, I didn't receive it, and I was actually thinking that you maybe forgot to send it, but I never received it. Yes,
Okay. I'm sorry
maybe
about that.
you wrote the email incorrectly, perhaps.
Maybe,
If you want,
perhaps. I
yeah.
typed
Oh,
mine.
yeah.
Maybe
Let
you
me.
can send. I think
Yes,
I wrote something wrong.
I can send it to you. Don't worry. I will also send you this one. So you were
Yes.
asking for the last two PPTs, and I will link this one as well, so you can share it with your classmates.
Thank you.
No worries. So any questions before we finish? No? Okay, so that's the end of the class. Thank you for participating. I hope it was useful and that you understand. And yes, that would be it for today. See you next class. Have a lovely afternoon.
You too, Miss.
Bye, Miss.
Thank you.
Bye.
To miss.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.